You will learn how to initialize a working directory with Git. You will learn the various states of files in a working directory initialized with Git. And finally, you will learn some basic Git commands. Let's start with initializing a working directory with Git. I have created a folder on my desktop named Git Demo, and that folder is currently opened in File Explorer. I have also launched Git Bash, from where I will use Git. The first thing I will do on Git Bash is to change the working directory of Git Bash to the Git Demo folder. To do that, I'll just get the path to the Git Demo folder here. So I'll copy that and come to Git Bash. I'll do cd within double quotes. I'll paste the path I copied and hit enter on the keyboard. So the directory for Git Bash have been changed to Git Demo folder. I'll now use Git Bash to create another folder within this Git Demo folder, and I'll call that folder working directory. So I'll do this mkdir working directory. So that folder has been created. The folder is currently empty. If I open that, it's empty. Next, I'll cd to this working directory folder because this is the working directory I'm setting up on this computer. Currently, this working directory is not initialized with Git. So let's change the working directory for Git Bash to this working directory. So I'll do cd working directory. Okay, so we are now in this folder. Remember, the folder is empty. So to initialize this working directory folder with Git, all I need to do is to run the git init command. This folder has now been initialized with a .git directory, which is the repository for the working directory. The working directory is also associated with a staging area. That is how to set up your working directory with Git. You simply have to run the git init command. In this working directory, you will create files that you will use Git to keep track of. Next, you will learn about the states files that you create in a working directory initialized with Git can be in. A file you create in a working directory initialized with Git can be in either the untracked state, unmodified state, modified state, or staged state. When you create a file in a working directory initialized with Git, that file will be in an untracked state. That is, Git will not keep track of changes made to the file. To make Git track that file, you must add the file to the staging area. When you add the file to the staging area, that marks the file for the next commit. When you carry out the next commit, that file will be in an unmodified state until you make changes to the file, in which case, after you make changes to the file will be in a modified state. You can then add the file to the staging area for the next commit. When you add a file to the staging area, the file is in the staged state. Therefore, the three stages for a tracked file in a working directory initialized with Git are unmodified, modified, and staged. Next, you will learn to use basic Git commands.